The Stack. People, Business, Technology. With Dan Tomaszewski of Everything MSP.
Hello, everybody. Dan Tomaszewski here with Everything MSP. Welcome to another episode of The Stack, where we focus on people, business, and technology. We're continuing our MSP Breakthroughs segment, highlighting real stories from MSPs, real MSPs, that have made some key decisions in their business and their mindset shifts to take their business to the next level. Today, I am joined by Jason Thomas. Jason, how are you doing today?
Hey, good afternoon. Doing well.
It's great to have you here. You're the CEO and founder of JTAG Solutions, and it's a wild ride, right?
It's been quite the trip here.
Yeah,
and another year, and nowhere but up.
Yes, definitely, and that's the thing I love is growth, right? We all have aspirations to grow our business, but it takes the commitment, the dedication, the strategy, and the execution to make that happen.
I've been very lucky as well.
Yeah,
I probably should buy lottery tickets.
You go.
I have been very lucky in my business in the growth.
Yeah, no, that's great. So how long have you been in the MSP space?
In the MSP space, we've been around since 2018.
Okay.
But I've been in the industry since 2008.
Okay, gotcha.
The old SBS server stuff.
Ah, gotcha. Oh, the fun stuff. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So, tell me a little bit about your MSP.
Hey, we're MSP in Chicagoland. We have classic 50 to 50 user is our ideal client.
Okay.
We also staff help desk, so we put some of our engineers in place to take care of larger companies and
nice.
just do their front end help.
Gotcha.
Help desk, and we're taking care of everybody on site.
Okay. So we'll jump into your breakthrough. Tell us a little bit about how you decided to get yourself out of the way, right? I mean, because
yes,
we are our own bottleneck.
I am still the bottleneck, although less so than I was a year ago.
Yeah.
A year and a half ago, I hired an operations manager to take some of that load off of me and to start taking those roles that I was doing, but not very well, just because lack of time. You do want somewhat of a life after you close the computer for the day.
Well, let's talk about that. What was business like before bringing in your operations manager?
Sure. All the engineers would come to me for everything from hours to vacations to troubleshooting. I was level 3 as well for part of that time, and then turn around. I had to make sure that invoices were going out and tickets were done. Yeah, and it was I didn't have much of a life at that point.
Yeah. So you decided it's time to delegate these roles.
It's time for me to get out of my way on that kind of work.
Yeah,
absolutely.
So, you hired an operation manager. So that was that first role. Tell me a little bit about that process.
I knew I had to hire somebody, and it was really the decision between get somebody in there who was entry level, knew nothing, that I would have to train up completely. Okay. And teach them each role I want to give them. Yeah. Or I was fortunate enough to have a friend that I'd known for quite some time. She became available, and I knew that I could hand off tasks to her and they would come back completed. And that was a game changer. Knowing that I didn't have to micromanage or babysit or lay out plans. I want this done. Yeah. She would do it and come back, and it would be complete, and I was happy.
So as entrepreneurs, we are control freaks.
Yes.
I'm trying to think the best way to phrase this. Did you just say, okay, here, go ahead and do this? Or was it a progressive?
No, it totally was progressive. Yeah. And, we're on teams every day talking back and forth on stuff. And at the start, we were working together in person more often than not,
Okay.
just so she could learn how I ran the business,
Yeah.
how I did things, how we interacted with the techs and getting all the work done.
Right.
And her out visiting all the customers. Whenever I would go out to a customer, she would come with me.
Yeah.
I had to introduce her to everyone, um, and so they would have a face with a voice. So when somebody comes in or calls in with a problem, they know when they're talking to her, that's a bubbly person on the other end that you're talking to.
Well, what does that mean to the client?
It's because of how I started the company with just myself and so many MSPs. I had customers that are like, no, we don't want to talk to anyone else.
Right.
I have your number.
Yeah.
I'm calling you.
Right.
And it has been a challenge to tell them, all right, you're going to get better service if you follow the actual procedure,
Right.
and go through the support line,
Yeah.
and talk to someone else on the team instead of me, who I
Right.
had to really push back on that. Yeah,
Did it take time for clients to accept that?
absolutely.
Yeah.
And until they realize that, oh yeah, these other people on the JTAG team know what they're doing, then that clicked, and
Right.
they were happy to go the other support line.
So when they met her, then it was like them meeting you, right?
Yes.
So
Right.
because people buy from you as people,
Absolutely. Those first business relationships, and many of them, it was all about me giving them that support, what they'd expect.
Yeah.
And I still to this day take all my new engineers around to the customers and say, hey, we're going on a road trip today.
Yeah.
We're going to hit 6 different offices.
Yeah.
And I'm just going to introduce you.
Yep.
Just so they know who they're talking to and who they're dealing with.
I mean, I've done that myself, and we did it like a world tour. We did kind of a music theme, that world tour, and and I think it allowed people to truly understand who those people are, and
It humanizes the
Yeah.
whole IT role. It's not just some random person on the other side of the computer controlling the mouse and fixing a problem.
right.
You know that, oh yeah, I met Sherry, I met Gavin, I know the person that's
Yeah.
actually working on my computer.
Exactly. So when you put this shift in place, how did your team respond to it? I mean, because again, they were used to coming to you, just like your clients were used to coming to you.
Right.
And they're like, I don't want to, go to someone else.
I don't want to have another gatekeeper between me and
Yeah.
um, in most cases it was fine. I'm lucky enough for most of my team actually knew her ahead of time.
Okay.
And I've been able to hire friends or people that were already knew about the JTAG team.
Okay.
And it was not a really hard transition for them going to her, and her being, for the lack of a better term, the mom of the company.
Gotcha.
Yeah, we have a lot of younger techs.
Gotcha. So I know one thing we talked about last year is, do you feel like you should have done this sooner?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah.
The growth was being hindered because of my wanting to hold on to everything.
Yeah. So let's fast forward to 2025.
Yep.
How has the last year changed, and what has the last year looked like for you in achieving your goals and objectives by hiring that operations manager?
So one big change was we started looking forward on projects versus looking back on fixing things that we became more proactive versus reactive.
Okay.
In all of our services.
Gotcha.
And then secondly, onboarding new customers is immensely easier because we have a plan in place now. We actually have procedures that we follow, and she's the main contact there, and it goes much smoother than me peering away a bit of time to get them onboarded. We actually have a process where she can do that.
So had you not had your operations manager in place, do you think you'd have all those policies and procedures in place? And
No, because it was still me giving every bit of the business a little bit of my time.
yeah,
And then you go back to see who is either yelling the most or who you've ignored for a week. All right, go back, give them a bit of time, then go to the next person, give them a bit of time. And this has really made much more efficient and give our customers what they deserve.
Yeah. Because I think sometimes, you feel like you're so busy, but you feel like you're not accomplishing anything
Right.
because you're working on 20 things at once.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's just the nature of the business. I mean,
Yeah.
we know that.
Right.
And I also know that I'm my own worst enemy when it comes to that.
Yeah, exactly. So as we wrap up, one piece of advice for MSPs that want to take that same next step.
Don't or pull the trigger as soon as you start thinking that you might need to, because it takes a while to find the right person.
Yeah.
And to figure out what your plan is. I mean, it really didn't. I said it was 6 months that she worked for the company before we saw a difference. It was an investment in time to get through the backlog that I had, unfortunately. Just the knowledge debt and the backlog in work.
Yeah. Excellent. Jason, I want to thank you for your time. As always, it's great chatting with you. And so this wraps up our segment on breakthroughs. We're going to continue to put new breakthroughs out with other MSPs that have decided to take their business to the next level. And with that being said, thank you for listening. Until next time, we will talk to you soon. Take care, everybody.
Thank you for listening to The Stack.